Welcome back, my people. Thank you so much for stopping by. So, my people, for 2 days now, Peter Obi has been going around breaking fast with Muslims. So, people have been talking a lot, like a lot of eyebrows has been raised about this stuff. And people are saying that Peter Obi is doing eyes service and also it is politics. And I was surprised when someone caught my attention of what Reno Omokri said. He said that Peter Obi's action should be celebrated. Let me just read what he said here. I am not sure it is right to tune Peter Obi's over breaking fast with Muslims in mosque, especially with a young boy. I have spent my life as an advocate of peaceful religion coexistence. And at the beginning of this year's Ramadan, I specifically asked Christians to fast and pray with Muslims. Peter Obi's action should be celebrated. Did he do it for political purpose? As some are claiming, probably. But if politics can bring about peace, religion coexistence, I am all for it. Those who are mocking him, especially the individuals who are of the Islamic faith, should see the benefit of this and embrace it. And beyond embracing it, let us promote it. Wow. This is really surprising for this type of a write-up coming from Reno Omokri. Wow. My people, this is first time seeing Reno Omokri making a whole lot of sense. Like everything that he said here is nothing but the truth. You guys know that people are saying that Peter Obi is a bigotry, Peter Obi is this and that. And right now, look at what he is doing. But instead of celebrating him, look at the haters of truth, like the haters of good thing. Evil-minded people, what do? They turn it upside down and say that Peter Obi is doing this because of politics, this and that. My people, hey, there's nothing you will do in this world that people will not come, especially those that have already painted you black. Those that have already have this hatred towards you, no matter what you do, they will find fault in it. So that is by the way. So yesterday, you guys know that Nnamdi Kanu was at the High Court. His speech yesterday was so loud about the insecurity in the Southeast. He said that the main purpose of IPOB family is to promote unity, protect Igbo people, and also help the poor. That anyone committing crime in the name of IPOB, that person is a criminal. Like he said a lot of things yesterday, which almost of us were kind of happy. At least we had his voice. So in this video, let me just allow you guys to just watch what Arise team said about Peter Obi breaking fast with a Muslim, and also what Nnamdi Kanu said in the Federal High Court yesterday, as well as what is happening in the Okomas community. So let me allow you guys to watch the video, and I will be right back.
Embattled leader of the indigenous peoples of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, who is facing a 7-count terrorism charge, was denied bail on Tuesday while addressing journalists in the courtroom. Kanu alleged that some government officials are profiting from the insecurity in the Southeast. He also claimed that if he were to be released from prison, he would restore peace in the Southeast in 2 minutes. Eliciting reactions. Let's take a look.
Anybody committing crime cannot go scot-free. I swear it. They cannot go scot-free. Anybody involved in any type of crime in the East cannot go free. And they're doing it because I'm in DSS. That's what if I said no idiot can try this rubbish. And they know it very well. They know it very well. And I suspect that some people in government are complicit. Yes. They are making money with insecurity.
That's correct.
They're making money with it. They know Nnamdi Kanu is outside. In 2 minutes, this nonsense will stop. Let me come out of this nonsense, this mess. 2 minutes only.
There'll be peace.
Only 2 minutes, I guarantee you.
And tranquility.
And there'll be peace in the East.
Well, all right. Let's take some reactions. This is from Vision. He wrote, does that mean he's the reason there is insecurity in the East? This statement is more indicting than what he's trying to convey. Now, my question, if really you command such power, why not give the order and let them follow it? Let the law take its course. Well, Omo Odua wrote, Nnamdi Kanu roars from jail. Who is the idiot in the Southeast that would go against my order? 2 minutes, every violence will end. Who will tell him Simon Ekpa has declared Biafra Republic and that they have a government in exile? I hope Simon Ekpa don't jail Nnamdi Kanu in Biafra Republic for treason. Dr. Bati, over to you.
Okay, Nnamdi Kanu, the IPOB leader, had a lot to say. Let's just unpack some of the things he said. First, One of the reporters asked him, why is he always wearing the same outfit? He said it's because they've not allowed him to have access to another outfit. But, you know, I'll find that very difficult to believe because it's always impeccably turned out. If it's just that one outfit, at least he gets a chance to dry clean it. But I guess that's not the important part of what he said. If people are detained, if they want a change of clothes, you know, the security system is not that terrible that they will not allow you access. Look at, it looks immaculately clean. The second point that he made is that he is entitled to fair hearing. And he's absolutely correct on that point because he said fair hearing is important, and it is under sections 35 and 36 of the 1999 Constitution. Number 3, he is alleging that he's not being well treated in detention by the DSS and that he would like to be transferred to the Kuje prison. Well, even when a man is in detention, he's entitled to being properly treated. And his major concern is about medical care. He and his lawyers were saying that they brought one quack doctor to attend to him and that his medication is not the right kind of medication. He says he's suffering from what he calls congestive heart condition.
Yes.
That's what he calls it. Now, I mean, even when you want to try a man, he has to be healthy before he can even answer to whatever charges in court. And he thinks, he says, in that interaction with journalists, that he's innocent and that he's not in any way guilty, and that the Nigerian government is ready to stand trial because at the end of the day, they will not be able to prove anything. Number 5, I think. Now, he talked about the conflict, the killings in the Southeast, the activities of certain persons in the Southeast. And he said, some people in the Southeast who are engaging in violence, that they are criminals as far as he is concerned. Because the values that they are imposing on the people of the Southeast, those are not the values represented by what he calls our family. He kept talking about the family. And he says that that family that he talks about, the original family that he leads, is committed to a number of principles. 1, that you must not show fear in front of the enemy. 2, that you must tell the truth, even at the risk of death. That after all, he so far has sacrificed, you know, a lot, defending the family and the interests of the Igbo people. Number 3, he also made the point that you have to help the poor. You have to do everything to help the poor. And number 4, that look, the movement, the family, is committed to defending the interests of the people. And you must not do anything that is in contravention of the interests of the same people that you are defending. I thought it came across as being very resolute. It came across as someone who is in very high spirits. And I agree with him, absolutely, that he has right to fair hearing. His rights should be respected under the law, and that in no way should he be subjected to any kind of undue pressure. He had his lawyers with him. The lawyers were trying to interject, but the journalists were saying they were more interested in listening to him. So it's an issue that the Tinubu administration will still have to resolve. There are persons who have intervened in this matter, and they have said, if a nolle prosequi could be entered by the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation in the Yele Sowore case, who is also, you know, quite resolute, and he says, you know, he remains committed to his life of activism. There are persons who are also saying, well, the federal government of Nigeria can also resolve this matter by entering in nolle prosequi, because what the summum bonum of what Nnamdi Kanu was saying is that there's no treasonable felony anywhere, that the only thing he has done is to defend the interests of his Igbo people.
All right,
but these are matters that are both political and legal.
You've said it all. We'll take another story. The Senate on Tuesday began investigating the recent killing of 17 officers of the 181 Amphibious Battalion in Okwama Delta State. Senate President Godswill Akpabio, during plenary, suggested that the perpetrators may not be from the Niger Delta region and that they might even be mercenaries. Akpabio also stated that the nation is not at war and called for peace to be restored in the community.
Your additional prayer should actually be to carry out a thorough investigation to know whether these were mercenaries from outside Niger Delta who came in to commit this crime, because I don't think these people are Niger Deltans. We are not at war, even in a period of war, to lose such number of personnel. No community will go to the extent of doing this kind of thing. I don't think they are from Niger Delta. We are calling for investigation to unravel the culprits so that they will be brought to book. And I said that it is not in the character of our people to go killing and cutting off the heads of men and women in uniform. I'm a Niger Deltan. I know this is totally uncommon. This is not something anybody will think of. This is barbaric, this is brutal. This is the kind of thing that you hear with organized terrorist groups. Such people must be declared as terrorists.
All right, Akpabio there expressing himself as a Niger Delta man. Well, in the meantime, the governor of Delta State, Sheriff Obowori, met with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Tuesday over the killing of soldiers in Okoma community. Speaking with State House correspondents, the governor said that the president assured him of his full support to bring the perpetrators to book and ensure that peace returns to Delta State. The governor also stated that although the situation at Okoma community had been brought under control, residents fled the area, adding that the situation was not what was bargained.
What is happening now is something that we did not bargain for. But we want to assure everybody that there will be no more attack on the villages. If there's anyone that has happened in the past, there will be no attack. But we know that those who are culpable will be brought to book. But innocent citizens will not be attacked.
All right, Rufai, the governor there assuring people from Delta State that innocent citizens will not be attacked. I heard you guys earlier speak with the police commissioner. I hope that peace returns to that region. But I'd like your thoughts on Godswill Akpabio's comment as well. And, you know, I think I did see a viral video. It was gory. And these people also appeared not to be, you know, they were not speaking, our language. They seemed like they were from, a neighboring village. I don't know if that's what he's referring to. I don't know what sort of intelligence he gathered, or maybe he's just expressing himself. I don't know.
So I'll just think he's expressing himself. Also, it's best that once you don't have facts on the matter, just limit it to the point of what you know. I mean, so I don't want to make too much weather about what Godswill Akpabio was saying there. But I also get the slant he was trying to put on it that, it's not normally the case. We don't have this level. But if he also remembers historically, we've had a lot of skirmishes in the Niger Delta region that has led to a lot of chaos. But as regards this, and I'd like to touch on a couple of issues. Number one will be the governor going to Abuja. So what kind of briefing did he go give President Tinubu when he himself did not get to the Okwama community? We learned that from this interview with the police commissioner. At least the police commissioner revealed a lot. The army has taken over. So what kind of reports did he give the, what's it called? And why is it that we have only the army taking over there? We don't have the journalists going in there. We don't have other people in society being able to have an independent assessment of what is really happening in the Okwama as we speak. And question is also, should we have a timeline when this operation is going to be over so that we'll be able to open that place up again? Another point I would like to make is the plight of the residents that even flee the Okwama community. Where are they? Do we have IDP camps set up for them, or they've been able to morph into communities like Otu Jeremy and some other neighboring communities? Then we need more updates as regards this. So there are many questions that have come out. We've also heard allegations as regards killings in Bayelsa and everything. Is this also part of the military extending its operation across that, river belt up to Bayelsa, Hayelsa up to Ondo? And what are we dealing with? We need to be able to know all of this so that we make, informed commentaries. So that we don't have a danger of a single story that is slanted towards one place. And I keep repeating that the only slant we've been able to see from the community representation is the DRTV interview with some of the eyewitnesses, and they sit on the other side of the story. Secondly, Nnamdi Kanu, I totally agree with him. What is happening in the East now is no longer about IPOB. It is criminality. Let's call it what it is. And it's not today we've had criminality. take you back to the early 2000s, we had massive criminality in the East, in places like Anambra and the likes. That was what led to Lancelot in Maswen shooting Isakaba boys, which was like a tribute to Bakassi boys, then that were stemming the time of these criminals. If you remember the story of the likes of Derrick Wa Mama. So it was because of the insecurity too, by crime and criminality. This has just morphed. I tried to go under the shadow of IPOB. And that's why I also make the point, when we are starting a movement, or when you are agitating for something, you should also be careful, because people can take the words and morph it into something else, because you have many actors. And the way it is now, him saying he'll end insecurity in 2 years, I doubt it.
Yes.
Things have snowballed so deep now that it takes a concerted effort. And he also talked about, probably state actors. There's been possibility of that, but we also need to investigate that to be able to bring peace to this warring factions. So there are many dimensions to the matter. But one thing I like to say is the insecurity that has enveloped this country in the last over 10 years has been legendary. Since the killing of, the Boko Haram leader, that morphed into what's happening in the East. Now they've in the Northeast, that's morphed into banditry now. The South is the kidnapping and all of that. We just need to stem this one way or the other.
Well said, Rufai. Well, meanwhile, the Nigerian Armed Forces have begun a 3-day period of national mourning for the 17 soldiers of the 181 Amphibious Battalion who were brutally killed in Okwama Delta State. The Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa, ordered all the military installations nationwide to lower the Nigerian flag to half-mast as a somber symbol of respect from March 18th, 2024, until March 20th, 2024, in honor of the fallen heroes who bravely gave their lives in service to the nation. In the same vein, the Katsina State government say 10 women and 6 children who were among those abducted in the state last month by bandits have been rescued by troops of the Nigerian Army. The victims were among the 55 persons abducted on February 3rd in Sabua local government area of the state. The chief press secretary to the governor said the victims have now been handed over to the chairman of the local government area, who will then unite them with their families. Well, as we continue to celebrate our gallant soldiers, they have also rescued 16 residents abducted by terrorists in the Kajuru local government area of Kaduna State. The army spokesperson Onyema Nwachukwu said the troops engaged in gun duels with the terrorists around 10:30 p.m., which led to the rescue of the abducted citizens. I mean, I am so excited to hear this. This is complete good news. This is a commendation for our troops, finally. I mean, we do mourn our fallen heroes, but at the same time, we're celebrating them for this amazing victory.
Absolutely, Oji, and I think it's an important development and important for us to, we know the feeling and the sentiment currently going on. So, as Rufai said, we always need every side of a story, and whatever the sentiment may be right now, given the developments in Okwama community and all the happenings there right now, it's so important for us not to paint the army with one brush and one color, because every situation, every incident, I think, should be dealt with in isolation. So, great to hear this, and unfortunately, still more headlines about scores of people being kidnapped and abducted and so forth. So we hope that we can maintain this positive trajectory of rescuing and also get to the point of preventing these crimes.
Fantastic. We'll take another story. Nigerians on social media have reacted to a video showing the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, dining with Muslims inside a mosque in Nasarawa State. The former Anambra State governor visited the International Market Central Mosque to participate in the breaking of the Ramadan fast on Monday evening. The video captured Peter Obi spoon-feeding a young boy inside the mosque, while other congregants gathered around him watching. Obi, in a series of tweets, revealed what informed his decision to break the Ramadan fast with the Muslims, saying that he joined other Muslims to break their Ramadan fast to symbolize unity and cooperation during the auspicious season, adding that his visit was an invaluable opportunity to gain insight into the realities faced by Nigerians, many of whom are enduring monumental hardship. While users on social media shared mixed reactions. Some praised the politicians for his humility. Others argued that the gesture was to enable him win more hearts ahead of the 2027 election. Well, let's take some tweets. This is from Daniel Rega, who wrote, Peter Obi breaking fast with Muslims in Abuja Mosque is plain eye service. Same way the governor of Sokoto was seen with an Almajiri kid. Of course, there's nothing wrong with such acts. But coming from Nigerian politicians, these are political moves. Obi himself is known to be seen using every opportunity to be in the spotlight and get praises. Unfortunately, he hasn't been cleared of the Yes Daddy allegation. Well, another user there, FS Yusuf, wrote, election is over. Contesting candidates have moved out of the scene to their personal businesses. Only Peter Obi is still in the scene because off-season and on-season, he is a good man. However, I am concerned because there isn't so much he can do without political powers where he can effect long-term sustainable change on a large scale. While he may not be desperate for power, sometimes I wish he can match the political establishment and play the game, because in this climb, the good boy is never appreciated. I've learned that it is beneficial to be feared than to be loved. Well, Abubakar wrote, you cannot defend the president's decision to break the fast in the presence of his cabinet, governors, and other elected officials, and shamelessly attack Peter Obi's decision to break the fast with regular people in the midst of the most vulnerable communities. Only Obi possesses the desire, bravery, and willingness to do that. And that is praiseworthy. When you visit or invite an ordinary Muslim to iftar, he won't soon forget it. This is a selfless gesture that truly warms the heart. Dr. Vati, over to you.
Well, I mean, to those people who say this is about 2027 and saying that this is a populist gesture on the part of Mr. Peter Obi, they need to be reminded that this is not the first time he's doing this. As governor in Anambra State, he identified, also with the Muslim community during the month of Ramadan. So it's not as if he's doing something that he's not been doing before, okay? And he made a point that this is to symbolize the need for unity and cooperation. And I think that that is the important message, that Muslims and Christians, we are all the same, and that what should be pursued, promoted by our leaders is that sense of unity and cooperation. After all, we have a body called the Nigerian Religious Council. It's called NIREC, where leaders across both faiths are trying to promote cooperation. I think in terms of symbolism, in terms of gesture, in terms of signaling, Mr. Peter Obi has done something that is very important, providing food and also showing the humility to identify with the people. The president also, has been, after a tradition, having iftar, having, breaking fast with different communities. Those who recommend that the president, if his schedule permits, should extend this to others. I've seen Muslims at Arise News saying that they also want the president to invite them to iftar. I don't know whether the president will invite any Muslim from Arise News or any media house to come and break fast. Well, but the whole idea is about the spirit of the season. This is the only month where people should be preaching unity, cooperation. Yeah. And we hope that this message will also get across to those people who have chosen the holy month to be kidnapping people, to be killing people. It used to be the case in this same country that we used to say during the holy month, we get some respite from criminality. But it is very strange. It is a measure of the extent of the deprivation, the degradation, how worse our condition has become, that people no longer respect the holy month. They use the holy month to play politics and to commit crime. It's very unfortunate.
Audrey, I have a conversation to make.
Go ahead.
Since Ramadan, I've been breaking fast with all my Muslim friends. There's no evening. In fact, this evening I have somewhere to go.
Okay.
Yes.
You have been breaking fast. Ogineka has been cooking for some Muslims.
Yes,
you will have to tell me those people you are cooking for.
Because
Today I'll tell you,
because
don't
in the end,
I want to know whose house you go and cook.
in the end, we are all together.
Yes, we are.
So, and before Ramadan, we will get a lot of people and we'll break fast together and I will pay for their meals.
Well, all right.
You see, because the things that unite us are deeper than what divides us. And that's why all sorts of very funny, ill-thought-out comments that this is about politics. This is never about politics.
Well, all right.
Is that child not a human being? What's the big deal in a politician eating with the child and being there for them? You see, that's why social media is running a lot of people mad and they're having midlife crisis.
All right,
because
Rufai.
people are posting all sort of stupid thought and ideology.
Well said. Those that knows Peter Obi very well, Peter Obi has been doing this even before now. So you guys saying that this is a politics. I wish that if politics can bring about peaceful religion coexistence, like what is all about? What is all this all about, my people? This is something that every one of us should embrace and Peter Obi should be celebrated. See, you don't have any choice than to love Peter Obi. Yes, Peter Obi remains your leader, whether you like it or not. And for our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, no matter what a federal government is doing, whether they like it or not, one day, Nnamdi Kanu will be a free man by the grace of God. So, my people, that is the update for today. I hope you guys really enjoy watching. Please, if today is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more updates and also turn the post notification bell on so that anytime I upload a new video, you'll be the first person to be notified. And thank you everyone that be sharing my video. I truly appreciate you all. So, I will see you guys in my next one. Goodbye for now.